Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a sewing video. I am on a journey to drink more water, and because of this journey I decided to invest in a bottle. So I went out and got this beautiful YETI. It holds about 1,000,000 ounces of water. The thing is giant. This entire thing is my goal to drink in a day. The problem is when it's full, it is so heavy and so cumbersome. I can hardly hold it with my one hand when it's full. It's empty right now. So I'm thinking that I want to make a bag specifically for my YETI. So I bought some really fun fabric. I haven't sewed in probably over a year, but I'm gonna sew myself a cute little bag for my YETI. Basically, I went out and grabbed myself some cute, fun fabric, and this is what I got. It's kind of made out of that like raincoat type material, and it's got a fleece inside. So I'm thinking this should be fairly easy. It's gonna just be one layer. I'm not gonna do a liner on the inside because like I said, this is fleece lined already. Like I said, I haven't sewed in over a year, so wish me luck. I'm also gonna be kind of winging it. I don't have a pattern or anything. I'm just gonna use my handy dandy bottle and figure out some measurements with that. I got 1 meter of this fabric. I'm hoping that that's more than enough. I'm gonna measure out the bottom of this bag using the YETI, and then I'm gonna figure out how long it needs to be by kind of rolling it. And then I think I want the top to be kind of like an elastic so that it stays in there well. Not super tight or anything. I want to be able to get it out obviously, but my vision is kind of a flat bottom, bag coming up the side, and then an elastic here so that the top of the bottle is accessible to drink from. Okay, I have the circle for the bottom already drawn, and then I have some rough measurements for how big around it needs to be. I'm gonna add probably 2 inches to what it's supposed to be around just to make sure it'll fit. And then I'm gonna make sure there's a seam allowance for this circle as well. And that should be all the pieces we need to make the actual sleeve around the bottle. Once I'm done working on the sleeve, I'm gonna get that strap done and then maybe put a pocket on it as well, because I think that might be helpful if I ever just take the YETI out for a walk or something. There's the circle that will be the bottom of my YETI. I have more than enough seam allowance here, but that I'd rather have too much room to work with than not enough. And just to double check that this is the right size. Oh yeah, that's more than enough. So I'm actually gonna take a little bit off of this because this is a little bit stretchy on its own. And I want that seam allowance. I want this to be snug, right? Like I want it to fit nicely and not be a flapping bag. That's pretty perfect. And then this will be slapped on the bottom there. So I'm gonna trim this down as well. Now, when I trimmed this down, I cut off this piece, and I think that that might be a good piece to do that pocket with. And I want this pocket to kind of be able to at least hold a couple of cards. Like if I wanted to take my ID and a debit card or something with me on a stroll. So I think I'm gonna just cut it down to just above card size. Okay, so that should be big enough to be my pocket. I'll be honest, I haven't grabbed a card to measure it, but I'm okay winging this bit. Basically, I'm just gonna fold these in on themselves a little bit. I'm gonna do it like a jean pocket so that we don't see the edges. I'm gonna fold them in a little bit on all four sides, and then I'm just gonna stitch this right onto the bag. I'm gonna put the pocket on and then I'm gonna sew the rest of the bag. That's how I'm gonna do it. Okay, let's go get the sewing machine. Okay, so a beautiful straight stitch. I mean, could have done better on the side, but that's gonna be tucked underneath anyway. So I'm gonna do the same thing for the rest of the sides for this, and then we will pin it to the rest of the bag, and we'll keep going here. We'll keep puttering along. I have my business card size thing, and that looks like it'll be fine. It'll just slide in the top and we'll be good. Okay, just trying to hold this in place. And when I sew it, I'm gonna sew into the same lines that I already have on here, just that way it doesn't look all kinds of crazy. So I'm gonna sew this pocket on, and then I am going to start constructing the bag. And we gotta make sure we're not sewing the top of the pocket, because obviously if it's sewn shut, you can't get anything into it. Okay, then we're gonna lift the foot, but not the needle, rotate the pocket, put the foot back down, and then keep on going. So that pocket is on there now. Let's get these pins out. Not my best work, but it's on there, and a card fits into it. And I never claimed to be a professional. I'm gonna sew this together first, just to create the body of this sleeve and make sure that we are at the right size. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip it so that pretty sides touch. And I'm just gonna sew straight along that line. So first I want to flip this inside out to see if my bottle will fit. So it's gonna fit pretty tight, but that's all right. I have to put the bottom on it still, but it's looking good. An elastic will still have to be added here, and the bottom will still need to be added to this, but so far so good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. Let us keep going. So I have my sleeve with my pocket done. There's a bottom on there. All of this is done. I just need to make that strap now. So I'm gonna take a really long piece of this fabric and just kind of make a tube out of it. And that will be my shoulder strap. I'm trying to figure out, I think that I just want this whole length to be my shoulder strap. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a whole length of this and then we'll kind of figure out, I'll pin it to the bottle, we'll figure out how long that needs to be. We now have our little strap. Now if I was smart, I would have done this with it inside out, because I'm gonna need to flip it inside out now anyway, but that's okay. Lessons for the next time. So that should be my strap all done. It does look fairly thick. So let's see. That's maybe just a smidge thicker than I want it. So I'm gonna go back through and sew a line on the inside just a little bit further in. And that'll make it smaller, and then we'll just clip off the end. That way we can flip this back inside out properly. Let's see if I need it. The only other thing I'm going to do with the strap is see how it's kind of bubbled there because the inside is what's stitched. I'm going to try my best to force that out and then run a stitch along the edge here just to flatten it out. I'm done flattening my strap. Looks about as good as I can get it. Not perfect by any means, but held together anyway. And that's the important thing. So, this is what I mean. So now that bubble doesn't like make it round, it is flattened. Just need to figure out how I'm going to attach it, if I'm going to put it on the outside or if I'm going to put it on the inside. I'm thinking I'm going to put it on the inside. That's my thought. Okay. Okay, on to the other side. So I am done with my bag. Here's what it looks like. It's cute. has a pocket on it. And the strap, I think, is long enough that I can wear it crossbody if I want to. But the real test is what it feels like with the bottle in it. So let me go grab the bottle. With it on, I should be able to just push the bottle in, and then that's it. I can walk around hands free. I don't have to hold the heavy bottle, but I still make sure I have it with me. And that works too. When I carry my lunch bag, this can go next to it or on the other arm. That's awesome. I love it. It didn't take too long to make. It's also not perfect, but it does its job. Thank you for hanging out with me for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!